Today, I am going to explain the first chapter of Class 8 Science, Crop Production and Management. In this chapter, we will learn about various agricultural practices, including an introduction to crop production, understanding what crops are and their importance, types of crops such as Rabi and Kharif crops, and basic agricultural practices which involve different steps in crop production, like preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, weeding, harvesting, and storage. We will also discuss modern methods of agriculture, focusing on the use of technology in farming and the importance of animal husbandry in agriculture. Food and nutrition are essential for all living beings. Plants can prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis, but animals cannot prepare their food. All animals are dependent either directly, as herbivores, or indirectly as carnivores, on plants for their nutrition. Humans get their food from both plants and animals. However, most of our food comes from plants. Food crops are cultivated on a large scale to meet the food requirement of a population. Food grains like wheat and rice, pulses, vegetables, and fruits are grown in the fields. Agriculture can be defined as the science of growing plants and other crops, as well as raising animals for food and other requirements. When plants of the same kind are grown on a large scale in a field for food, fodder, fuel, or other useful products, it is called a crop. Following are some of the major crops grown in India: cereals like rice, wheat, millet, and maize, pulses such as beans, peas, and green grams, fibers like jute, cotton, and flax, oil seeds including sunflower, mustard, and groundnut, fruits like apple, mango, orange, and banana, and plantation crops such as coffee, tea, and rubber. In India, different crops are sown in different seasons. Crop production and its yield depend on climatic conditions such as temperature, humidity, and rainfall. Different crop plants require different climatic conditions, which is why they are sown in different seasons. Based on the season, crops are classified into two main groups. On the basis of the purpose of cultivation, crops are categorized into two groups: food crops, which are cultivated to provide food for human consumption, like wheat, rice, and millet, and cash crops, which are grown for their commercial values with the purpose of making a profit by selling them, such as coffee and rubber. Rabi crops are sown in the winter season. Thus, they are also called winter crops. The Rabi crops are sown around October, and the harvesting begins around March. The major Rabi crops are wheat, pea, mustard, barley, and linseed. Kharif crops are sown during the monsoon season and are also known as monsoon crops. The Kharif season is from July to October. The major Kharif crops are millets like bajra and jowar, paddy, rice, maize, groundnut, soybean, sugarcane, and cotton. The branch of agriculture that deals with the cultivation of fruits, vegetables, and flowers is called horticulture. It also includes the growing of ornamental plants, trees, and grasses. Unlike agriculture, horticulture does not aim at large-scale crop production. A large variety of horticultural crops are grown in India. India is one of the largest producers of vegetables. Major horticulture crops in India include ornamental plants like croton, coleus, ferns, babu cactus, and bougainvillea, flowers such as jasmine, rose, chrysanthemum, gladiolus, daisy, and lily, fruits like orange, mango, grapes, banana, apple, and pineapple, and vegetables including tomato, cabbage, cauliflower, brinjal, potato, and onion. The production of crops and their cultivation involve a series of processes and activities necessary for obtaining a good crop yield, known as agricultural practices. These practices include preparation of soil, sowing of seeds, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation, crop protection, harvesting, and storage. Soil provides essential nutrients, water, minerals, and oxygen required for the growth of crops. It also supports plants by holding their roots firmly. Soil preparation is the first and most important step to ensure that the field is suitable for plantation. This includes plowing and leveling. The process of turning and loosening the soil is called plowing or tilling. Plowing has several advantages. It enables roots to go deep into the soil, traps air to help plant roots breathe, brings nutrient-rich soil to the surface, and helps maintain moisture in the soil. Implements used in soil preparation include the plow, hoe, and cultivator. The traditional plow is made of a long log of wood called a plow shaft, with a triangular iron blade called plowshare fitted at one end. Plows can be drawn by animals or tractors. A hoe is a simple agricultural tool used for loosening the soil and removing weeds. A cultivator is a plowing tool driven by a tractor, which can plow large areas in less time. After plowing, the field becomes rough and contains big soil lumps. The process of breaking down these lumps is known as leveling, which is done with a leveler. Leveling prevents the top fertile soil from being carried away by strong winds, helps in uniform distribution of water during irrigation, and makes seed sowing more efficient. Once the soil is prepared, seeds of crops are sown in it. Planting seeds in the soil for growing crop plants is called sowing. The quality of the crop depends on the quality of the seeds, so good quality and healthy seeds must be carefully selected. To separate healthy seeds from unhealthy ones, you can take a glass container filled with water, put a handful of seeds in it, and let them settle. After some time, unhealthy seeds will float while healthy seeds will sink. Different methods of sowing seeds include broadcasting, traditional methods using a funnel-shaped tool, seed drills, and transplantation. Broadcasting is the oldest method where seeds are scattered by hand. The traditional method uses a funnel-shaped tool attached to a plow. Seed drills ensure even distribution and cover seeds with soil. Transplantation involves transferring seedlings from a nursery to the main field. Soil fertility is the ability of the soil to support plant growth by providing essential nutrients. The application of manures and fertilizers can improve soil fertility. Manure is an organic substance prepared by decomposing plant and animal waste, while fertilizers are man-made chemical substances rich in specific nutrients. Manures are eco-friendly but less rich in nutrients, while fertilizers are nutrient-specific but can cause soil and water pollution if used excessively. Nutrients can also be replenished through crop rotation, mixed cropping, and fallow fields. Crop rotation involves growing different types of crops alternately to improve soil health. Mixed cropping is when two or more crops are sown together, utilizing soil nutrients more efficiently. Fallowing involves leaving the field without crops for one or more seasons to allow the soil to replenish its nutrients naturally. Water is essential for plant growth, and the process of supplying water to crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. Traditional methods include the moat method, chain pump method, Deckley method, and Rahat system. Modern methods include the sprinkler system and drip system, which provide efficient water distribution. Weeds are unwanted plants that compete with crops for resources. Weeding can be done manually or chemically using weedicides. Protection from pests and diseases is also crucial, with methods including scarecrows and pesticides. Excessive use of chemicals can lead to soil pollution, prompting many farmers to adopt organic farming practices, which minimize synthetic inputs. Harvesting is the cutting and gathering of fully grown crops, which can be done manually or with machines. Threshing separates grains from chaff, and a combine machine can perform both harvesting and threshing. Storage is important to prevent moisture and pests from affecting harvested grains. Crops are dried before storage, and farmers use silos, granaries, and gunny bags for storage. Neem leaves can be used to naturally prevent pests during storage. Animal husbandry is the branch of science that deals with the care and breeding of domesticated animals. It plays a significant role in the rural economy, providing food and labor. Livestock includes cattle, poultry, fish, honeybees, silkworms, and draft animals, each serving various purposes. Dr. Varghese Kurian, the founder of the National Dairy Development Board, is known as the father of the White Revolution in India, transforming the country into the world's largest producer of milk and generating significant rural employment.